Hey everybody, welcome back. And today I wanted to make an announcement. I've been working on an AI application for quite some time now. And the reason I developed this was actually purely by accident. If you watch any of my other videos, you know that I've really become a very strong proponent of AI. And I'm really, really impressed by what AI can do for you. And it is just getting better and better every day. Just take a look at my old videos about it. I'm by no means an expert. There are some people out there just know how to manage this and develop, full-on applications, many different workers doing many different things. We are truly getting into a time where now you can probably build your own business with technology just with AI. And it's only be a matter of time when the AI gets out of its kind of internet comfort zone, if you will, and be able to control machines or things within the environment that are not normally connected to the internet. And not only specific to information. But for me, what I've been using it for is obviously for retirement planning. And as you know, retirement planning is a lot of finance, stocks, assets, taxes, and a lot of number crunching. And then there's a component of it that philosophically we're trying to figure out, like, what do you do in your retirement? How do you occupy your time? Things like that. But what transpired out of this journey and with that particular application was that I said to myself, wow, this is just an amazing product of just the culmination of different kind of expertise in the web, development domain. And it's all been compiled into this one thing where the output now is something you could take with you. So when I looked at my own particular app that was at that time built for me, I said, hey, this is something that I would love to share with others, because right now, the only thing I was able to find was just standard software as a service apps. And actually, in fact, I found out about one of them, which I became not only an affiliate, but a subscriber through a YouTuber. And from that perspective, when I started to go into Reddit forums and try to learn about certain things, these apps, some like simple page apps started to show up. And I thought it was really great, because what that meant is that you have other data points to look at. And nowadays the apps are really sophisticated because they get into really tremendous amount of detail and utilizing different kind of tools to be able to help you in your decision analysis. And one of the great things about the Bolden solution has always been its Monte Carlo. It's just really well organized, very attainable for the average everyday person. And what you realize after this when you start doing your own analysis on it, is that you don't need a CFP necessarily. In fact, I'm not quite sure what they can do. I know that, don't get me wrong, I really believe there's a function for them. And I've met some wonderful very experienced CFPs out there, one of whom it was my Bolden advisor who looked over my plan. I wanted to hire him actually to actually review my plan. I was actually willing to pay for that just because that's how much I valued his input. And that's obviously something that AI will never replace because of that human relationship. But if you're going to just do straight computations or just do back of the envelope analysis, I shouldn't say it that way. But basically, if you want to just do analysis really in depth, AI is perfect for it. Now, what I love about what I have been able to create is that, one, I've completely gotten away from all the coding. I let it do all of it. And then the great thing about it is that I can act as different kinds of actors and have testing be done concurrently. And that's the next step of what I'm going to do with AI. I'm going to have all these different workers do different components. But all of this to say that I just released this code. In fact, this is just the power of YouTube, but a subscriber bought me a coffee and actually asked me if I would help him with his own app. But what I just told him was, take mine, and if you don't like it, I'll help you with yours. But I think this may be able to solve most of what you want to do. And also the code is free. So I put up my code up at GitHub repository down below. It's called AiRA Monte Carlo, I believe. AiRA-Monte-Carlo. And you're free to take it. It's under the one of the GNU licenses. The only thing I ask is if you do use the code and made enhancements, to check back in the code and give it back to me, because I think there's components that other people could utilize. So this is just my gift to this retirement community. Pay it forward to someone else. I don't think this stuff should be behind a paywall, but what I do think is if you do appreciate what somebody's able to provide for you, help them out. You know, whether it's a YouTuber or you know, somebody who's giving you some advice. I think it just behooves you to just maybe give them a donation. You know, it's a nice gesture. And I'm not looking for anything from this. I think just the fact that this gentleman that I met on my YouTube channel bought me a coffee, and now I'm actually conversing with him. He's actually given me some requirements to help me make this thing better. So in fact, the past few weeks, I've just been having both AI engines just run through tests and just double checking things. And it's just an amazing journey. We're at the point now where I can actually release this and give it to you. And that's all I would want to say about the whole process, is that AI is going to really change how we work. In fact, what I believe and what I would love to see happen is, just as like Elon and Jensen Huang say about AI, and that AI is going to make things cheaper, and hopefully it's going to reduce the cost for anything to be created. The only thing that this cost me was some of my time, which I'm doing this anyways. And then the second thing is I've already paid for a license of Claude and then some extra, like what they call tokens, like usage tokens. I would say that the whole cost of this whole thing, outside of the subscription, which is what I use it for other things as well, I would say the total cost all in of making this app was about $45. And, you know, and as long as I pay that subscription fee and as long as I keep kind of refining it, the cost just marginally goes down because I'm not really doing anything, just spending time and give requirements. So that's where I see this really going. But for you as a retiree, you want answers. And I don't think it should be behind a paywall. I don't think it needs to be complicated. On top of which, as long as you input your data in, it should just spit you out the answer just readily available to you, so you don't have to second guess it. And that was the one problem I had with many of these other tools, was that it just was very hard to like figure out how the darn thing worked. So all of that to say, thank you very much for watching me. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you, Craig, for your buy me a coffee. And you know, I really love doing this stuff. I want to continue doing it. I see like a vision of me doing this in retirement. It's just so much fun. And what even makes it better is the fact that people pay because they appreciate you. And now I know why my wife is willing to spend 24 hours at her occupation, her vocation, because just the how she touches people personally. And I think now I'm realizing that that is why I love this topic so much. It's very personal. It's very much in touch with people's own insecurities and own concerns and, you know, anxiety. And I'm hoping that this in some way relieves that anxiety for you. If it gives you an answer that helps you make a determination to help you retire and to give you that peace of mind that you're going to be okay and that you don't have to worry, that to me is worth a lot. And that's what it did for me. So with that, thanks again for watching. I appreciate everything you guys are doing out there for me. And the app is in the description below. It's also on my blog at www.tiredtoretire.com. There's a hyperlink at the top. I just made a blog post about it as well. Many ways to go get it. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.